Alrighty then, we are back, uh, continuing our escapade through this mysterious dungeon where Deberman has just encountered a few adversaries right here in potentially room 6. So right now we are in room 5, just dealt with with a trap, trigger trap, and this guy right here sent two of his minions after us. So they are fighters and they are making their way through the corridor about to attack us. So we have an encounter, but because they are obviously not going to surprise us, even with um, our perk of reflexes, where we always go first, this is going to be a standard encounter where we go first, or we have a chance to respond. So I'm going to attack as they charge at me. So we'll do 2d6, and their health is right here on the sidelines. As we track it, they are going to be damage dice of d6 per. So we're rolling for attack +1 strength using our short sword that we recently acquired. And we rolled an 8 +1, that's going to be a 9, so that's a partial, which means they have a chance to strike back. It's going to be an exchange blow, as I kind of will. World of Dungeons does not have rules for combat, so I'm going to be interpreting it as my own. Anything I roll between 7 through 9 is a exchange blows. So I do damage them, and they will damage me minus armor. If I roll 6 or less, I take full damage with armor considered, but I don't actually attack. I won't land a blow. 10 or more is a attack with no counter damage on us. So we land a blow, and that will be a D8, which I will roll now, and that's 2 damage at, let's say, the first one. So he's down to 2. But we also will take damage with our armor of 2 considered, and I'm going to roll a d6 for their damage die. And ooh, 5 is heavy. Minus our 2, so that's 3 damage. We're down to 6. We gotta be careful here. So that we do have a potion, but let's use our potion. I'll keep these dice just nearby. And then I will use a potion. I'm going to say it's going to be a d6 potion. 3 is good enough for me. I use 9. We're back to 9, but we're down. We no longer have any aid to help us. Rations. We don't have any rations actually, but this is no time to eat a sandwich. Okay, we're rolling again for our next attack. Plus, we're not using stealth because we are in a standard encounter. We're using +1 strength. Oop, looks like I got a. Oh, okay, I actually got a good hit. This is above 10. So this will be a straight hit with enemies don't have armor, as I've not given any enemies armor just yet. I will sell for boss fights. But this will be a D8 roll, flat, with no armor considered from the enemy. 1, ooh, okay, not good enough. So I will lower this guy down to 3. Okay, we're gonna roll our next round here. Worth a +1 strength because it's an attack. Ooh, okay, 4 is not good, but with the +1, that's going to be us taking damage. So 2 is fine because we have 2 armor. We negate that. Okay, that was a close one. It could have been bad. +1 strength. 5 is 6. +1 is still a miss. So another instance where we will take damage with straight for the south part. That's going to be 4 damage minus the 2 armor. So we're down to 5. So from 9, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. That's not good. Okay, so things are getting a little rough here. This is going to be a challenging one because again, this is a solo adventure for our character. He has to think of something. I do have rations actually. I just noticed travel rations 7. Okay, as he is quickly fumbling through his inventory, he notices that blue gem we inquired from earlier. The blue gem is glowing. Now, this blue gem, as I've decided, enables the wielder to telepathically control up to the four adversaries. So he will pull the blue gem out as it glows and he will grip it. And as applying pressure, squeezing the blue gem, it will allow him to control the two adversaries, the two D4 bandits. So he will only be able to control one. So I'm going to remove this from the inventory as the blue gem kind of fades out of reality and then the energy of it turns tangible and suddenly zooms right at one of the adversaries. We now have control of one of these adversaries for the rest of the encounter. So we're going to command, we'll roll 2d6. This will be intelligence to command the other adversary to attack the other. So this will be a straight +1 roll with intelligence. And look at that. That's an unnatural 12. So the one of the bandits here turns around and strikes his cohort, and that'll be a d6 damage. 2. So that will be down to 1. The boss can see this, and he yells, "What are you doing?" So the other one will take damage and fall back. Then it'll be, oh, I'm sorry, we're actually down here. This was the prior drawings. I'm sorry about that. That's where they were. Okay, we're all kind of just down here. We're all battling in these squares. So now it's going to be a standard roll, considering we also have one person to control. This is the remaining adversary, and that's going to be a +1 strength. That's a hit. So 7, 8, 9. Passive, so we will attack this remaining one with our D8. Ooh, that's a kill. Obviously, he was down to 1, so. But we also will take some damage with a D6 because right before we struck him, he was able to hit us, and that's a 4. -2, we're down to 3. So we still have this mind controlled, essentially what do you call it? A companion essentially. So we have this companion, and the leader. Let's see what he does. Does he take part in the bout? Which we have to be careful because we are. I will give XP for the kill or and for the magic, so I'll do 20 per. So we're up to 80 now. We're still, we still have to get to 1,000 for the next level, but that's, that's good advancement. Now, does the boss, does he take part in the battle 50-50, or does he take part in the battle? He does not. Okay, so he's going to run. So he bolts out of there. He goes up here and shuts the door, and now he's somewhere north of our position. Okay, so the remaining adversary, what are we going to do with him? We're going. He's still under our control. We have to let's see how it goes. We have to roll for every action. So +1 intelligence if he's still under. Oh yeah, he's still under control. All right, that's an 11 total. So we will use him as cannon fodder, and we will go into this room. So now we're in room 6, and we look around. We actually see there is some prison cells. So these three are empty, but there's actually a prisoner right here. And with this move, our cannon fodder has the keys. So we command him, which we'll have to roll for it. Again, every action requires the effects of the blue gem. We have to roll him. We're trying to tell him to um, ask if he has the keys, to use the keys. You know what? Actually, let's take a step back here. Uh, we command him to go up to the cage and pull the keys out. We'll roll for that, but not unlock it just yet. So +1 intelligence roll. 7 partial. Okay, so he walks up to the cage, up to the cell, but does not pull the keys out. He's beginning to resist the magic. So we will finish him off. So we'll have a clean shot here. There's no roll required because he is at our mercy. So we'll roll d6 and finish him off. That's obviously a kill. So we strike that bandit. Okay, we're gonna loot both bandits. Let's see what we find before we speak to the cell occupant. I have these new dice here. Not new dice. I just haven't used them in a while. I'm gonna roll a couple. These are oracle dice. They have for encounters, loot size, traps, and I think actions of an adversary. So let's roll for the first bandit. Okay, large loot. So something good. Let's roll what type of loot. We have a ring. Okay, and then we also have okay a gem, a jewel. So I'm going to say this. The jewel is going to be a red jewel. Not sure what that does just yet. Because of my method of macro play, my inventory, my items are fairly vague. They're not very specific. And the ring was going to be a ring of protection, which let's say the bandit did not have on him. This will give us a +1 armor. So I'm going to bump up our armor to 3 total now. Okay. And the other bandit, who we just killed, means small loot. Okay, so I'm going to roll one item. Oh, a potion. Okay. We'll do a potion. It could be an elixir, but I'm going to say potion. So because he had medium small, I'm going to say 2. So we're going to drink the D6 potion, and that's the first one is going to be, unfortunately, only 1 hit point. The next one will be 4. So that brings us back up to 8. Okay, so that we'll use up our potions here. Now, as we carelessly drink these 2 potions in front of this held cellmate, we walk up to the cell and we're going to ask him if he is okay. And I'm going to say he is in decent shape. He is hungry, but he's not really hurt. He's just been held here for some time. He's potentially a fellow adventurer, as he talks about how he got here. He was looking for treasure, and they captured as the bandits have already occupied this dungeon. So he didn't get far, obviously. So he got captured probably in one of the first few rooms. Now, we're going to ask him, we are here. You know what? Why is Deberman here? We never really touched upon the origin of the purpose of his adventure here. We know we've just been exploring. But I think at this point now, we need a reason to be here because we're talking to this cellmate. Or perhaps we're just exploring, and Deberman is an adventurer, and that's all we're doing. Again, keeping things macro play vague enough, but not too vague. We ask this gentleman here for his name. His name is Graham, and we ask him if we set him free, is he willing to help us and rid the dungeon of the bandits, of the occupants? And in doing so, not only do we guarantee his freedom, but we will share the loot, the treasure that we find along the way. And I'm going to say he agrees. There's no reason to roll, no charisma check, because he's held captive and he's a fellow adventurer and he was just captured. So we free him, and now we have Graham. I already have the character sheet filled out, barely because, again, he's a fighter, level 1. His health, like I said, it's at 5, so he has 2 hit dice because of the Constitution bonus. He has skirmish +1 damage and tough +1 armor, but he has no inventory because again he's been cleaned out. So he's going to pick up some items from the dead bandits. So that obviously a short sword will be just to equip himself. So short sword is going to be a D8, I believe. I'm just making up as I go, and then he'll have light armor from one of the dead bandits +1. He does have toughness, which is +1 armor. and then a shield that he will take found in the corner of the room. I'm just kind of making it happen. That gives us 3 armor total for him. With the one of the armor is his natural armor. So he is set. He has some weapons. He doesn't have any items though. He says he is hungry, so we will give him we'll give him 1 ration. So I'm gonna take away we'll give him a couple. I'll give him 2. So he'll eat 1, so we'll keep 1 in his inventory, and that will heal him D6. 3. That's good enough. His max can be 12 per the hit dice, so 2d6. That's 6, 7, 8. He's up to 8 now. Okay, so not bad. We now have a an ally, and we're going to continue and explore this area. We're still in room 6. We're going to explore it, and let's see what we find around here. Obviously, we took care of any potential encounters. Let's roll for exploration here. What do we find? We find some medium large loot. Okay, this is just in the general area. This is around the outside of searching and looting the bodies. We find a couple things. We find another ring. This ring is of fire, so it can be used to launch a fireball once every room. So ring of fire, I'm going to say per room, and it's going to be D6 damage. So I'll give that to Graham. He found it. The other item will be found by Deberman. Another ring, or it'll be a wearable. I'm going to say it's inactive, so he's going to ignore that. And they do find some loot. I'll say they find some loot. And I'll give that to, we'll give 10 gold to Deberman. So it's 55. That's going to be 90. Oh, for helping out this ally, we'll give him another 10. So he has 100 gold now. And then Graham will get 10 gold, which is also 10 XP. So let's continue. They're going to realize. Let's see if we can do a wisdom check to see what, if they knew. Deverman's going to do a wisdom check to see if he saw where the boss ran through. And I think Graham knew because he was captured. He saw the whole thing happen. So Graham says he asked where did he run, and Graham says he ran through that door. So they're going to walk up to that door, and this door is locked. 75% chance it is. That's a yes. It is locked, but it's not actually the strongest door. It's fairly old. So we have lock picks. We're trying to pick the lock, which require an intelligence roll plus 1 bonus on that, and that's going to be a fail. That's going to be a 5 plus 1. That's 6. So he's not able to pick the lock, and unfortunately, he's out of lock picks now. So Mr. Fighter plus 2 strength will break it down. Graham is a big dude. He's going to break it down with athletics, which will be a bonus roll plus 2, choosing the 2 highest rolls. Look at that, critical. The door breaks down effortlessly, and because it's a critical, something has to happen for benefit. So I'd say the door breaks down, and because it broke down, what could benefit our team here? An item, perhaps? Bonus XP? Let's just say it's bonus XP. I'll give him 20 for both. Like a video game, you do something and you get points out of nowhere, so I'll write 20. And something I will start trying to do is write all the XP in each round, each session on the bottom here, and then tally them up at the end of the video in the XP box. So I don't keep erasing the box. So they both have 20 on top of that. So that's where the bonus comes from. The Game Masters, we will give the 2 characters 20 XP per for the extra benefit. Okay, is there anybody in this um, room? This is room 7. So let's roll the encounter die. I think I have an encounter die. Here it is. There it is. No encounter. There's no one in here. Is there going to be any items in here? Let's roll. I think this dice does not have items as a option, but let's use this one. There is a medium small loot. Okay, so what do we find? There's no encounter, but there is medium small loot. Roll. A scroll. Okay, so we're going into the realm of Karen. So the scroll, let's say who gets this. I got my Karen book right here. Who gets this scroll? One, two is going to be Graham, three, four, Deberman. Great, Deberman. Okay, so the scroll will be. Oh, I love the Karen's magic system. It's so damn simple. Use it once and it's gone. So let's see what scroll this will be. We have a D100 percentile, 67. Repel. Two objects are strongly and magnetically repelled from each other within 10 feet. So I think I'm just going to call it push. Push, pull, repel. So repel someone away. Okay. We'll call it, we'll improvise once we use it. So scroll, repel, and that will be another 10 points of XP for Deberman. And that's it. That's all there is. So now there's no one in this room. We're going to try to open this door. Is this door locked? Let's figure it out. 75% chance it's locked. It is. It is locked. Okay, so we don't have any lock picks. Mr. Graham's going to try to break it down again with advantage because again, athletics is his bonus. So let's see. Yep. Plus one, plus two on the top two, which will be these two here. That's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a partial. It's a high partial. The door does break down. This door does break down, but there is, let's see, what would be the partial success here? I'd say the door breaks down, but this is room 8. I'm thinking of a potential situation. Not a huge setback, but a minor. It's a trap. So, uh, the old fish himself says it's a trap, so we're gonna roll for a trap. And it will be, oh, no trap. Well, actually, I'm going to say there is a trap because I said so. Sonic. Okay, it's just a blast of energy, some type of strange magic gets blasted, and our team has to roll to dodge. So dexterity for Graham has no bonus. Survival, he has survival, so that will give him advantage. Can he dodge it? Unfortunately, he can't, even with the highest roll. That's a 3, so he will get hit by D4 damage. 1. Okay, so he's down to 7. And then we're going to do dodge with dexterity plus 1 for Deberman. Deberman does not have athletic or survival. It's a flat roll. Ooh, okay, he also takes D4. Not the best rolls today. 2 damage. But we do have armor, but this will ignore armor. So 6. This is a this is the magical force, so the armor is kind of useless here. Okay, so uh, is there going to be an encounter in this room as we enter? Again, the door was opened. Let's find out. Let's roll for encounter, which is going to be this one. There is going to be encounter difficulty hard, and guess who it is? It is the boss. So he's standing right here, the boss himself. He's got his guitar, he's ready to play, and we are right here. So make a little notes myself. So as I end this video at 24 minutes, we are right here between room 7 and 8. We're about to face off at our first boss, who was the original one who fled from room 6. Both Graham and Deberman. And that is it for the episode. I will see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.